This video is brought to you by Ageless Geeks.
Cowabunga dudes and dudettes, this is Anthony, aka Batbomb82, and today I'll be doing my 141st Mezco Toyz 112 Collective action figure review, this time being of the Asia Gold exclusive White Shadow Assassin Gomez. Now, taking a look at the front, we can see that the figure is showcasing that more older style Gomez-like packaging with the Mezco emblem on the front. We get the Asia Gold exclusive on the bottom right, and the Shadow Assassin White edition on the top left. And turning the box around, we can see that really interesting image of an actual roach. So with the box out of the way, let's crack this figure open and let him breathe. Alright guys, now here it is, the infamous White Assassin. Now man, like a lot of you, we don't own these figures, man, because they're so rare, so expensive, it's just so hard to come by. You don't even see them come up for sale all that often, and when you do, it's basically unaffordable for the average collector. So I finally was able to get one in my collection. Now I mostly wanted to do this review because of course I haven't reviewed it. I pride myself on doing the most Mezco 112 collector reviews on YouTube, so that's pretty cool. So this is one I definitely wanted to add to my roster of Mezco reviews. Now, do I like it? I think it's really cool, man. I do love the head sculpt, because it is done in a white. The eyes look really nice, but it also has this really subtle like dry brush on the head sculpt here. I'll try and zoom in a little closely. So there is a little bit of brush in there, a little airbrushing like that to give it some depth and texture, and just so it doesn't look like the same simple pale white. So I really do like that a lot. You can see that the neck is actually black, so that works good for swapping heads and things like that, so I dig that. The suit is just a simple white and black here. One thing I will say, which I didn't like when I first saw this figure, it looked just like he's wearing PJs. So I mean, I guess that's kind of what all ninjas just kind of look like, I guess, but something about the white, it just looked like PJs to me. But it works. It's still cool. I do like it a lot. The shin guards and the forearm guards and things like that. The feet look really nice with those treads on there, the peg holes, all looking really cool. There is no dragon on the back like here, like there is with the crimson and the gold, so that's a little disappointing, but it's all right. We knew that already, but still looks really cool. He does have a hood with a little bendy wire in it too, so that's pretty awesome. So I love that. I'm gonna go ahead and take this head off right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop on the other one that we do get. We can boot that on right here. I really do love this head. This is one of my favorite Mezco heads, especially my favorite Gomez head. I just love this sculpt. I love the crazy pink eyes. That looks intense, man. But again, I love that wash that we're getting inside there like that. So that's really cool. The mandibles look awesome. So such a cool looking head sculpt. I'm really glad to have this specific version here with the pink eyes as part of my collection. So that looks really cool. So I'm gonna pop this one back on right there. So yeah, man, very nice. I'm again super happy to finally add this one to the collection. This is definitely, and I know the word gets thrown around a lot, grail piece, but I think for Mezco collectors, this is definitely one of those grails. Okay, so now starting off with the accessories here, we do get the standard Mezco stand, which is nice with a simple Gomez Mezco logo like that. I really do wish this was done in a white. I think that would have been cooler, but still, again, I still absolutely love these stands. They are my favorite stands for any action figure in this scale, so I love that. And then, of course, we do get the clear articulated arm, so that's always nice, especially for those jumping poses and things like that. In this particular one, we do get the magnetic clip, which I love. You can put that on any metal surface and clip it around the figure. If it's crawling up a wall or whatever you want to do, so I think that's a really cool inclusion. We also get a few different types of pouches. We've seen these with the other assassin figures like this little pouch where you can have slit different like weapons in there and there. Does have a little buckle straps like that. It is made of little nylon. You get his little fanny pack right here. You can put his extra like bombs and shurikens and things like that, so that's really cool. And of course you get the little side pouch. So I love all these things. These are things that you can attach to the belt and whatever you want to do, you can mix and match whatever you need. We also do get these little stickers here, so I love those. We've seen those before quite a bit. These are actually 4 things, like the little boom boom that we get here. This is a white boom boom, which I do love, and this is another piece that I love having in the collection, because I love lining up all the boom booms together, and the white one I really feel like it was really missing in my collection, so I finally have it, so that looks really cool too. You can open this up and put whatever you need to in there. Note that this one does not have the inserts like we saw with some of the other later assassins that we got. So this is just a hollowed out piece. It got a foam in there, but it's just hollowed out. You can pack it with whatever you need and then close it up like so. And I think that's a really cool accessory, man. I love Boom Boom. I think it's such a cool accessory. We also do get this rope here, a little hook, a grapple hook done as really nice gunmetal with an actual string, so that's really nice too. Again, we've seen all of this stuff before. It's gonna be really nothing new. We got a bunch of different hands, finger pointing hands, different types of gripping hands, hands with the flared out fingers, punching hands, anything you're gonna need, so that's pretty cool too. We also do get a bow here, which is really nice with the actual string on there, so I love that a lot. We do get a little quiver of arrows like that, a little bundle that you attach to the back however you want, so that's really nice too. We get 2 single arrows like so, one standard, and then one what I always think is more like an explosive tip, so that works out nice, so I love those. We also do get 2 of these little short swords, which I love. This is one of my favorite weapons, man. I just love the way the guard is, and the handle all looks really cool, so I love it. We get 2 of those. We also get 2 of the size right here, done in black and silver with the black wrapping around there, so I think that looks really nice. The silver is really sharp, it's really vibrant, so I dig that. And then we get things like little shuriken stars, which are going to be really hard for me to get with my big fat fingers. So you got the shuriken stars like so. We do get some kunais, you get multiples of those. We do get grenades. I think that's pretty awesome, so I love getting little grenades. We do get a pair of nunchucks right here with an actual metal chain done in black and silver, so I think that's really cool. Always love when actual metal chain is included with any type of weapon like this, so that's really nice. We do get this little hook blade like that, with the metal chain, a little ball at the end, so that's really cool, so that works out nicely. We get a little sickle blade like so, exact same thing, with the actual metal chain and the ball at the end, so that works out really nice too, digging that. And then I believe this is the last accessory, his standard katana like that, done in all black, which looks really good. Pull it out in a nice short silver blade, so that works out really cool too. And what I always like to do, I mean, obviously you have multiple options. So with the figures here, I like to slide them into the belt. I don't know about you guys, and just have them kind of like resting in there, you know, something like that, or slide them into one of his like pouches like this if you want to. You can do all different kinds of things, but I think it looks really cool. Again, we've seen all of this stuff before, but obviously it's for this particular one, which is a really nice change of pace, and the fact that these are more like done more with silvers and things like that, as well as the gold and crimson assassins had a lot more gold to them, with gold chains, gold blades, and things like that. It's really cool getting more weapons where it's like this gunmetal and these silvers and just solid blacks. Those look really cool. So everything that we get here works out nice. Oh, and lastly, I have it right here in the background, we do get that really cool smoke effect that just molded like this, like a little vacuum form mold of smoke. So I love that, to give them like that disappearing ninja vanish type of thing, you know what I mean? So I love that, dude. So such a great piece. I'm really, really happy with this. Next up, I just wanted to show you guys a couple head swaps that I've been doing. I went ahead and put on the White Skull Agent head on the White Shadow Assassin, and I just think that looks really cool, man. That is a sweet look. And if you guys see me on social media, I posted all the assassins with all the different skull colors like that, and man, that is such a really cool image in my opinion. I just love the way that turned out, and then I think Mezco has an idea of what they're doing with specific colors, so I think that works out great. I also went ahead and popped on the Moon Knight head. As we've seen with the Crimson Cranium pack, they came with that same head sculpt but done in more darker red to go with your Crimson Assassin. But this time I went ahead and used the Moon Knight head since it is a white version of that, and I think that works out really cool too. Pop on the hoodie like that, and I just think that makes for a badass looking figure. So now moving on to the articulation here. One thing I always do love is that the Gomez figures do feel like they have the best articulation, especially when it comes to the ninjas here. Since they have such loose, baggy clothing, you're able to get a lot of good motion in pretty much every joint, so that works out nicely. So for this particular Gomez head, the antennas, of course, are posable. You can move those around. They're just little simple ball pegs. The neck and the head are on ball pegs, so you can roll that all the way around like so, left and right, all the way up that far, down that much, and then pivot side to side. Arms can go up, down, up and out. There does feel like there's a little butterfly joint in there. Rotation at the bicep, double jointed elbows that bend all the way in that far. Rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist. That works out very nicely. We get a double ball peg in the midsection, so that rolls around. Does turn left and right, pivot side to side, and crunches back and forth, so that's pretty good. Hip joints that kick up and forward that far, back that much, splits all the way out, so that's pretty good. Rotation in the upper thigh, double jointed knees, rotation at the ball peg here at the ankle, so that rolls all the way around, side to side, up and down, and a very sweet ankle rocker. So overall, here's the thing we're going to talk about real quick. Is this worth the crazy prices that you see this thing going for? I guess as far as exclusivity, I can see why it is. There was a very low number of these. These were an Asia Gold exclusive. They were only available at that one convention. So they were extremely hard to get. Now, considering how often you don't see these things popping up, a lot of people aren't selling them, honestly. So it's really tricky to get them. Now, is it a cool figure? Of course it is. I love the Ninja Gomez figures. I think they're some of my favorites that Mezco has put out. I'll tell you right now, the white one is definitely not my favorite out of the Assassins. I will say that. I'm more of a Crimson Gomez fan. That's more my thing. But I think as far as the ninjas go, the Gold Skull Ninja is my favorite. That's just me personally. It's just more of a generic ninja, which I absolutely love. This one is a little more unique, again, that it's all done in white like this. And I would have liked certain things differently personally. Like the weapons, I would have loved this whole sword to have been white. I think that would have been cool. Same thing with like the nunchucks. I would have preferred like all white handles. I think just a little more white when it comes to things like that would have been really cool. But I get why they didn't do that. That's just my personal opinion. So, again, it's really up to you if you're willing to pay the crazy prices that this thing is going for. Me personally, I'm somewhat of a completist. As you guys know, I run the largest Mezco group there is on Facebook. So I almost felt obligated to own this figure as part of my collection, just because I'm such a big fan. A lot of people know me in the community for that reason. So this is something I definitely wanted to add. And dude, it's just a cool looking figure. Honestly, I do love a white ninja. I think it looks rad. Super happy to get these white Gomez heads. I think they look super cool. So if you can find it and you can afford it, and you're lucky and blessed enough to do so, highly recommend it, because he is definitely a must get. So for a quick size comparison, here he is standing next to a Marvel Legends Deadpool and McFarlane Batman figure. Also for comparison, here he is standing next to a few other Mezco 112 Collective ninjas from my collection. And just for fun, here he is with little Lego Bat Bomb. So there it is, guys, my review of the Asia Gold exclusive Shadow Assassin White Edition Gomez. Now overall, I think this is a really cool figure, man. I am a sucker for an awesome ninja toy, and I think that's exactly what this is. The white looks really cool, even though I think the suit still looks a little bit like pajamas. I still think this thing rocks, man. I love all the different accessories that we get. It's a really fun piece, and I really dig the head with the the pink eyes. I think that totally rocks. Now, the biggest thing is, this is such a rare figure, super expensive. Now, is it worth it? I'm honestly going to say no. It is a badass piece, and if you're a diehard and completist like I am, you're going to want this figure, but for the average collector, I don't think you need it. Now, honestly, when they came out with the Gold Skull Ninja, I thought that was a really fun piece to still give us a ninja figure that was previously an Asia Gold exclusive. So I'm hoping at some point they do give us like a Silver Skull White Ninja at some point. I think that would be cool for the average collectors. That's something that I think would bypass the need for this figure for everybody. But again, it's still awesome. If you're hardcore like I am, you're gonna want this piece because he's an excellent action figure and absolutely a must get. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Stay nerdy, my friends. Peace.